Let me start that over. It's an ASMR video. Can't talk. Today I'm doing a book review. Finally, I want to do one for forever, but you know, here we are. So I'm gonna talk about these books and read to you guys like just certain parts of the book that stood out to me. Like a lot of parts stood out, but I'm not gonna go through it because I'm the type of person I get to highlight in the whole book. I got that bad. I be trying to stop myself, but I'm like, oh my god, I should be promoted for this, huh? They need to promote me. It's only 8 books here, but really I read 11. My goal was 12, but I'm still reading the same book right now that I was reading in December, which that is not good, okay? But it's cool. We gonna finish it and then, yeah, on to the next. So my goal this year is to read 6 more books than I did last year. So my goal this year is to read 18. Last year I was supposed to read 12, but I only read 11. But this year we going 18 because I got a lot of books and I really want to challenge myself and not buy any more books until I read. I don't know, but I'm gonna think about what I want to do. I'm gonna give myself a goal to finish a certain amount of books before I can buy some more books. And it's hard because I'm really addicted to buying books, but yeah. And I made me a Seattle Freeze because I feel like I can't do a book review without drinking some coffee. Like that's not right. Even though I really shouldn't be drinking coffee right now because it's late and I'm gonna be up all night. This right here, fire. Found it. This is the book. Oh, I don't want y'all to see my nails because I literally ripped off all my nails on my right hand when we went bowling because I'm just that childish. As practices that you could do with numerology, crystals, herbs. It's kind of like in a textbook form. It's not really a story or anything, but I highlighted some things about, like, you know, the herbs and things like that. I'm gonna read the sacred travel part because maybe it'll motivate more people to travel, because I know a lot of people are scared to go out of their comfort zone. It's a quote from Muhammad and it says, "Don't tell me how educated you are, tell me how much you've traveled." Another part that I highlighted was, for transformation we often have to go away in order to come home to our true selves. The purpose of a pilgrimage is about setting aside a long period of time in which the only focus is to be the matters of the soul. Many believe a pilgrimage is about going away, but it isn't. It's about coming home. And then the last part is the last part that I highlighted because I love journaling. I want to be a journal. That's how much I love journaling. Journaling is one of the most effective ways to bring the dark side of ourselves into the light for an analyzing and integration. So here are a couple questions that you can answer. In what ways do I feel I act inauthentically and why? In what ways do I lie to people and why? In what ways am I in denial of in my own life and why? What is the biggest promise I have broken to someone else and do I regret it? What is the biggest promise I have broken to myself and do I regret it? What are some emotions that I try to avoid and why do I do that? What are my bad habits and why do I keep them? What is my biggest regret? What decisions would I have made instead? In what ways do I feel unloved by other people and why? And in what ways do I feel unloved by myself and why? So yeah, that's just literally just 2 parts of the book. It's super good and it's a book that you're gonna have to constantly go back to because, like I said, it's in textbook form and has so much information about a lot of different topics. But I feel like this is a book you should get if you're starting. You know, a lot of people are on their holistic journey, their healing journey and things like that, and I feel like this is a great book to start off with because it has a little bit of everything in it. A little self-care book for Pisces. Because, you know, I'm a Pisces. And if you don't know, you should have known. But now you know. Okay, look at this. It's cute. It's a dedication to my intuitive, creative Pisces sister, Patty, with love. She dedicated to her sister. I'm going to dedicate it to my sister, Olivia. One of me and my sisters have the same birthday. So, you know, good Pisces queen right there. So, shout out to all my Pisces queens. Shout out to all my fishes. Shout out to all my Pisces kings. Shout out to my twin Riri. Mainly the whole book is just rituals that you could do. So I'm gonna share 2 of my favorite ones that I love personally. So one of them is avoid crowds. if you know me, then you know. Like, if I be with my homegirls for too many days, I'd be like, I'll see y'all in a month. Literally, like, or if I be around anybody for too long, like, I'm like, you're gonna hear from me again in about 5 weeks, maybe even 6. But it's not even like they don't have to irritate me or nothing. I just be like, oh my God, I need to be by myself for a little bit. Like, so the fact that this was in here, it made me feel less bad for acting like that, because I'd be like, is that wrong of me? Because then like I get in moods where I be wanting to be around people 24/7, or if I am around people, I just want us to just be around each other. Like, we don't have to talk, we don't have to do nothing, like, let's just kick it in complete silence. Like, that's great. That's great for me. But this one says, avoid crowds. You are a sensitive soul water sign, one who tends to absorb the vibrations and energy coming from other people. Because of this, it is best for you to avoid large crowds, especially if you are feeling vulnerable or sad. Being in a large group of strangers will just enhance those negative feelings you are struggling with, and may even make you feel more alone than you already do. Instead, stay home and allow yourself some quality relaxation time. Give yourself permission to lounge around and be lazy. Enjoy your own company. I'm gonna always give myself permission to lounge around, because that's just what I do. The second one is find a muse. I love this. I'm gonna cry because I love this one. And I haven't read this book since like January, so I literally, these are books that I need to pick up and refresh on, which I never do unless I'm like thinking about like, oh, I think I read something about that in a book, then I do that. But I feel like, I don't know, maybe I should start doing reviews more, because then it refreshes me with the books. Said, as an artistic sign of the zodiac, Pisces often uses mediums such as painting, drawing, and poetry to express their many intense emotions. It is important that you have these things that feed your inspiration. To avoid creating dry spells, seek out a muse that encourages your artistic side. To find your muse, consider what speaks to your creative soul. This can be a person, a place, or even an activity that sparks expressions. What ignites your passion? Is there a place you have visited that made you feel inspired? Is there someone you look to for motivation? I don't even know how many are on here, but this is how much self-care rituals that I was loving on. But you know, I'm only gonna read y'all 2 for the sake of this video. Only gonna read you 2. I usually don't highlight autobiography books either. Storybooks I just don't highlight. I normally highlight just like self-help books, or like books that I have that are in textbook format. But this book, I only highlighted 3 parts or whatever. It's crazy because I remember when I was reading this book, I could not find no highlighters, bro, like none at all. And I just folded the top of the pages, and then I went back and highlighted it afterwards. So, which is crazy because I never do it. But then I was like, oh, I just have to highlight these like little things that she said. It's got to be one of the most basic principles of living. Always decide who your enemies are for yourself. Never let your enemies choose your enemies for you. She said, I want to help free the ghetto, not run away from it, leaving my people behind. I don't want to style and profile in front of nobody. I want somebody I can relate to and talk about serious shit with. Which is facts. Like, you know, we quick to just want to get stuff just to stunt on somebody else. Like, why you don't want people to relate to you? I don't want to be with people or in the room with people I always feel like I got one up on. Like, what am I going to benefit for that? So that part, I love that part, because I feel like especially now everybody wants to get this and that to floss on the next person. Like, I want us all to enjoy it. I want us all to feel like we styling and profiling, you know? I want us all to relate on the type of tip. I don't want to be better than you. I don't want you to be better than me. Why we all just can't be one? And when I say we all, y'all know who I mean when I'm talking about we all. I mean like we all, like me and you who are watching this. We all, my people, you know? And this book has like history facts in it, because you know, she was part of the Black Panther Party. It's from the horse's mouth. So yeah, another part she said, Abraham Lincoln was in no way whatsoever a friend of the Black people. He had little concern for our plight. In his famous reply to editor Horace Greeley in August 1862, he openly stated, my paramount objective in this struggle is to save the Union and is not either to save or destroy slavery. If I could have the Union without freeing any slaves, I would do it. And if I could save it by freeing some and leaving others alone, I would also do that. And I feel like it's such a misconception, especially in schools. You know, of course, we don't learn about that much about Black history or slavery. But one thing we are taught in school and everything was like, Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. He was this and that. He was so for Black people. Of course, I read that he wasn't. But the fact that she put this in the book, like I'd never read that he openly said this until I read this book. And I'm like, no, he didn't say that. But yeah, so this book is definitely a great read. I will give it a 20 out of 10. I think y'all should check this out. It gives you a different outlook on the Black Panther Party, on her, on women, women's rights. Like the way that they did her when she was in prison was horrible. Like it's really crazy. Like she's probably one of the strongest people walking this earth. Definitely a fan of her. Definitely would love to meet her. So we're gonna pretend like I have confessions of a video vixen right here. But yeah, that book was so good. She talked about her childhood trauma. She's not even from America, so yeah, she's from the islands. So she talked about how she came to America, her childhood trauma, things that she went through with her mom and her dad, and like all that resulted in her, you know, wanting her to try her hardest to get in the industry. She used what she had to get what she wanted. And yeah, she just basically talks about the lifestyle that she was living in the industry, the rappers, the actors, all the famous people that she messed with, and like the places she used to go, things she used to have, the athletes she used to be with. It's great. It's like you learn things about people that we literally see all the time, and it's like, wow, she tells the ins and outs of it. But yeah, she talks about this one rapper, right? Fine as hell, was fine back then, still fine to this day. Basically, she's saying like everything that glitters ain't gold, and she's just talking her truth, how she got there, why she did it, what she did, and who she did it with. So yeah, that's a great book. 10 out of 10. Book I read after that, 0 out of 10. It's this Lauryn Hill book. I love Lauryn Hill. Everybody loves Lauryn Hill, so why wouldn't you want to read a book about her, right? Same thing I thought, but no. Chris Nickson wrote this, and I thought it was more going to be about like her life details about it. It wasn't. It was more about the music and like what machines she made to do this, to do that. So I guess if you're a music artist, you might like it or be into it, but me, it was a no for me. No. Then the last book I read was Dirty Money. If you like The Coldest Winter ever, you gonna love this book. Like this book was so fire. I finished it in a day, like not even 24 hours. It was less than that because I read it so damn fast. Like this book, I need to read it again. Like the plot just keeps thickening and thickening. You think you're at the tip of the iceberg and you're not. It just keeps getting better and better and better, and stuff just keeps happening and happening. And I'm like, oh my God, this book is fire though. Definitely a must read, like definitely a must read. And then the last book I started was this book. It's called The Defining Decade, Why Your 20s Matter and How to Make the Most of Them Now. I can't give you a book review because I didn't finish it, but I plan to finish it soon. So once I do finish it, I'll give another review. But I'm probably gonna do like 3 book reviews for one video. I'm not sure. We'll see how that works out. But I plan to keep doing this because I read a lot. I have a lot of books and I need to finish them. And I want somebody to talk to them with. And I always try to make book clubs and it never works. So this is how I'm gonna do it. This is how I'm gonna do my reviews. This is how I'm gonna talk to y'all. This is how I'm gonna satisfy myself. This is my own book club. So I think I should come up with a name. Y'all should help me come up with a name to name my book club. So if you have any ideas, comment for me because I will appreciate that. And also I like things that rhyme. So let's try to get that, you know, a book club name that rhymes. But yeah, this is our little book club now. And you here and you gonna stay. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.